But when you don't have a budget, when you don't have a plan in place, like you really feel out of control, and it affects you physically, emotionally, mentally. It affects you in so many ways when you don't have a plan and when you feel like your finances are out of control. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new around here, thanks for stopping by. My name's Tolu. On this channel, I share content all around personal finance, budgeting, frugal living, and I show you how to live your best life on a budget. So in today's video, guys, what I'm going to be doing is talking about one of the topics that is very close to my heart, and it is budgeting. So obviously on my channel, I'm all about personal finance and budgeting and frugal living. But what I really thought about the other day is the fact that I've never actually sat down and done a whole video dedicated to the topic of budgeting, explaining what it is, why it's so important, and the different ways in which you can budget. So what I thought in this video I'll do is break down budgeting. Okay, so first things first, what is a budget? A budget is a plan for your money. So that's literally all it is. It's having a plan for your money before you spend any of it. So a lot of the times, a lot of us will say we budget because we have an idea of how much we earn and how much we spend. But in reality, that's not enough to say you're budgeting. You need to have a concrete written plan in some way, shape or form of all the money coming into your account and all the money going out of your account. With all the money we earn, all the money that comes into our hands, we really need to plan in advance for it. So in the same way, if you were going on a trip, you was going to go, I don't know, down to Brighton for the weekend or something, you wouldn't just jump in your car and go. You would have a plan. You'll have a sat nav which will guide you and navigate you until you reach your destination. So that's the way I see the budget. It's that same kind of navigation for your money and for your finances. It's having a plan and a roadmap in which you're following in order to reach your financial destination. A budget is freeing, it's liberating. I know people think of budgeting and they just automatically switch off because they're like, no, it's too restrictive. It doesn't allow me to enjoy my life. But actually it's the opposite. When you have a budget and you have a plan for your money, you're actually then free to live your life without the burden and the worry that comes with not knowing what's coming in or what's going out or where you are with your finances. One thing that I hear people say often is that they'll start budgeting when they have more money. At the moment, they don't really have money, so how are they going to budget? I think I would challenge that thought process in that, yeah, you may not have enough money now, but nothing is going to change later on down the line. It's not going to be you reach this magical point of income, you're earning 30, 50, 70, I don't know, £100,000 a year. Then suddenly you're going to start budgeting and managing your money. The reality is, if you're not managing the small amount you earn well, you're not going to manage the large amount any better. So you kind of need to adopt those principles and those behaviors with your money when your income is still low, so that when the income grows, you're able to manage that large income that comes into your hand. If you think about it, how many stories and examples have you heard of people winning the lottery? They've won £10 million and then they end up broke. You're thinking, how on earth is that possible? How on earth can you go from having £10 million in the bank to broke? It can happen. You can go broke if you have all that money, if you haven't adopted the right principles of money management for that money. Because if you're spending 10 million and you earn 10 million, guess what? You're going to be left with zero. Like, there's no two ways about it. You can't outspend bad money habits. You can't keep spending and just think the money's just going to keep on coming if you haven't put principles in place and you haven't got that money working for you in some way, shape or form. So I think, yeah, a budget really just helps you to have that kind of control over your money so that your finances don't get out of control. I think it's Dave Ramsey that says, if you don't learn how to control your money, the lack of money is going to forever control you. If you can't budget and manage the small amount of income that you have now, you're just not going to be able to manage the larger amounts that are going to come into your hands. I can definitely attest to this and the benefits of budgeting when it comes to my own financial journey. I mean, 4 years ago, when we were in £36,000 worth of debt, my husband and I were earning double what we're earning now. But yet 4 years later, we have more money than we had back then. And why is that? It's not because our income's gone up, our income has gone down, but it's because we budget and we've learned how to live below our means. So we're not spending all the money that comes into our hand. I think one of the huge underrated benefits of a budget is the fact that it gives you focus, it gives you direction, it gives you goals. So when you have a plan, you know what you're working towards. You know, okay, in a year's time, I want to save up £5,000 to buy a new car. That's a goal, that's a plan, that's something you can see in black and white and that you can work towards. So you know each month, okay, if I need to save £5,000, I need to save, I'm not sure how much it is, I'll put it here, but that's how much I need to save every single month for the next year in order to buy my car this time next year for Christmas. So having a goal, having a budget and a plan, it gives you something to work towards. And without a goal, you're just gonna have money slip through your fingers and not know where it's gone. Another beautiful thing about a budget is the fact that it gives you clarity and a peace of mind that you can't get elsewhere. Like literally, when you have a budget and you have a plan, it gives you that peace because you're like, okay, this is what I'm doing, this is where I'm going, this is what's happening with my money. It gives you that comfort in knowing that, okay, I'm good, like this is my plan and this is what I'm working towards. But when you don't have a budget, when you don't have a plan in place, like you really feel out of control, and it affects you physically, emotionally, mentally. It affects you in so many ways when you don't have a plan and when you feel like your finances are out of control. Another beauty of having a budget is it gives you control over your spending. So this way you're less likely to overspend in your different budget areas. So when you have a budget and you have a plan for your income, so for example, you say I'm spending £500 on housing, £200 on utilities, £150 on food, £200 on transport. Once you've broken down your budget into all those various categories, it's going to be easier for you to stick to them because you know, okay, I spent £120 of my £150 budget on food so far. That means I only have £30 left to spend on food for the rest of the month. But when you don't have a budget and a plan, you're just going to keep spending the money in your account until the money is finished because it hasn't been allocated to different purposes. So as far as you're concerned, my current account is showing that I have £800 left in my account. That means I can keep spending. But when you allocate the money to different budget categories, then you can be like, actually, I spent £120 of my £150 food budget. I only have £30 left to spend on food this month. And then that gives you an indication and a better understanding of where you are financially across your different budget categories. Okay, so I've talked about what budgeting is, why it's so important and the benefits of it, and now I'm going to break down how you can actually create your own budget. So there's so many different budgeting methods that you can use. I'm going to go into all the different ones in videos to come. So if you do want to get started with budgeting and you don't know where to begin, definitely I would recommend downloading a copy of my zero-based budgeting template via the link in my bio. It's totally free and it's the template in which I use for my budgeting on a monthly basis. I also recently launched my 2021 digital budget planner, so you can download that via my website. The link again I'll include in the description box below, but that's a 2021 budget planner and it includes everything from setting financial goals, expenses tracking, income tracking, savings tracking, an actual budget per month, and a budget that you can look at annually so that you can see a snapshot view of where you are financially throughout the whole year. How much have you had coming in? How much have you spent in different areas of your budget category? All of that is covered in my budget planner. The link, like I said, is going to be below in the description box. There's also different ways you can do budgeting. You can literally just do a plain old pen and paper version of a budget. So you literally write down your income, you write down all your expenses, you add up all your expenses, and you make sure that the balance is zero when you take away all of those expenses from your income. Literally, pen and paper is a good place to start when it comes to budgeting, and that's actually where we started when we created our first budget. It was literally sitting down, writing out all our expenses, and then writing down our income, subtracting our expenses from our income, and making sure that our balance was not in excess of how much we had coming in. And that's literally the basic formula for a budget. As we're swiftly drawing to the end of 2020, I think now more than ever it's so important for us to get our budget in place, like get a plan for our money, because if this year has shown us nothing, is that we need to get in control of our finances because nobody's coming to save us. We need to learn how to make our money work for ourselves and learn how to manage our money effectively. And I think getting yourself a budget is going to be a fantastic place for you to start. What I really wanted to do in this video is bring you an explanation of what budgeting is, why it's so important and why you really need one, and the benefits of having a budget. And I hope I've sold it to you from this video. So I hope after watching this video, you're gonna go create that budget or grab one of my planners and really start preparing yourself for achieving all those financial goals in which you can achieve and will achieve in 2021. But with that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching another video. I really appreciate all the support. Like I mentioned in my previous video on the 1st of December, this is my version, my edition of Vlogmas that I'm gonna be doing. So you're gonna be seeing me every day on your feed during the month of December in the run up to Christmas, because what I really wanna do is provide as much personal finance as I can so that we can really get ourselves in check financially for the new year. Plus I really want to achieve my goal of 100 videos during the year and also reach my goal of 5,000 subscribers. Now I know it's a big stretch given where I currently am with my subscriber count, but all I can do is try my best. All I can do is keep bringing you guys valuable content. Hopefully you guys appreciate the content. You're going to keep sharing it. Share this video, give it a thumbs up. tag a friend, share it with a family member, do what we got to do to push this out to a wider audience so that the algorithms will start showing my content to more people, because at the moment I don't know what YouTube is doing, but they're really like withholding my reach. So yeah, please guys, help me get this content out to even more people so that more of us can start leveling up financially in the year 2021. 2021, can you believe, guys, we're on the cusp of 2021? Absolutely insane. I for one am excited, nervous at the same time, but yeah, I'm excited probably more than nervous for the new year. I'm really anticipating it being a fantastic year, and I really want it to be a fantastic year for you too. So with that being said, I'm going to stop my rambling and I'm going to end the video here, but thank you so much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow on another video. Take care for now. Bye.